well, Lisa's now going to make some fermented carrot and ginger. And this is a really interesting mix here because I love using those purple carrots. Now, with the purple carrot, it's quite different to the orange one. The orange one I normally julienne into thin little strips, but I grate the purple carrot because it doesn't go to mush like the orange carrot does when it's grated. So it actually takes about 4 or 5 days for it to be ready. So it's a little bit of a longer term ferment. So Lisa, when you're ready, start grating those carrots. You've got to push the button on the back. Right, well, we've got that carrot grated well and truly, so let's see how much we got in our little bowl. Just don't forget, if you want to grate the orange carrot, you can't ferment it more than 24 hours or it'll just go to mush. It's amazing how different the texture is of these different coloured carrots. So that can all go into our little fermenting container. Can you just show what it looks like, Sarah? So this is optional, you can just do it in a glass jar, that's fine too. But it's just so easy with these little lift out baskets because generally when you eat them, you don't have them all soaky in water. You have it a fairly dryish consistency when you serve it up. So yeah, so everything's going underwater, so it goes into our little basket there. And have you thought of what other spices you'd like to add to your grated ginger ferment?
Portuguese, maybe?
Portuguese! Well, wow. Those Portuguese are a bit like Spanish, aren't they? They like a bit of fire. So I expect a little pungency there. You can also just finely grate a bit of that garlic and ginger if you like. Yeah. I mean, it's with all these ferments, it's really up to your imagination, for your preference. What you like is whatever goes. So every one of these ferments is your creation and according to your likes. But they all have this one thing in common. They're biologically active. They're probiotic. They're meant as condiments to help enhance your dinner. Food that's cooked is devoid of enzymes, and when we have a little bit of a condiment of pickles such as these, well, they add digestive enzymes to our digestion, and it just makes for a better digestion and also better gut health. Now all the spices, all the flavours have been put in, perhaps a dash of soy sauce that gives not only saucy, salty flavour, but also that lovely complexity of the soy sauces in the carrot ferment. Now we need a dash of our water kefir, because that's introducing all those lovely lactic bacteria, and it's those bacteria that of course break down the fibres of the carrot and slightly soften it so it's very pleasant to eat. Yeah, you can add a little bit more because we're going to put it in a water base, that's fine. And so now just add water to cover the carrots because everything is under the water. This is an anaerobic ferment. So would you like to just have a little sample of the liquid, because that gives you an indication of what the flavours are like from the spices that you've just put in. So you've always got to taste these things because, yeah, that has a big influence on our fermented foods.
Nice and gingery.
Nice and gingery.
Some garlic I just got too.
Okay. Does it need any more salt, any soy sauce or anything like that? No, you're pretty spot on there. Okay, so now we've got a little Clip-Lock bag filled with some water, and it's going to act like a little weight, just to make sure that those grated carrots don't float to the top. because anything that's exposed to the air will grow white mold on it, and that's not what we want. Right, and then just put the lid on. Just one. Just put the lid on, clip it on, and we'll put that on the bench to ferment. And we'll ferment that for about 4 days, and then I'll give it a sample.
Sounds good.
Very good.